You know that moment when someone sees something in you that you've never been able to put into words? When 8-year-old Chani Nicholas heard a stranger tell her, "You're very judgmental," it became what she calls a thread of spun gold. The first time someone acknowledged a core part of who she was. But that's what astrology offers, a way of being truly seen and understood. Your birth chart can help you realize that you were constructed on purpose and with a purpose, and give you the tools to accept both your strengths and challenges with radical compassion. Throughout this guide, you'll see examples from the birth chart of Frida Kahlo, the Mexican artist known for her bold self-portraits and unflinching expression of physical and emotional pain. Nicholas uses Kahlo's chart because she lived out her astrological patterns so fully, turning her challenges into powerful art that still moves people today. Her story shows how understanding your chart can help you transform even difficult experiences into authentic self-expression. Maybe you know the feeling. You're good at something, maybe even successful at it, but it doesn't quite fit. You might be in a job that pays the bills but leaves you wondering if there's something else you're meant to be doing. Or perhaps certain activities consistently energize you, while others, even similar ones, drain your enthusiasm completely. You've probably wondered why some people seem to have found their thing so easily while you're still figuring yours out. It's frustrating when everyone says, "Follow your passion," but you're not even sure what that means for you specifically. Maybe you've tried different approaches like career assessments, personality tests, and advice from well-meaning friends, but nothing quite clicks into place. There's also that nagging voice that questions whether you're being too picky or unrealistic. After all, shouldn't you just be grateful for what you have? But deep down, you sense there's something more authentic waiting to be discovered, some way of being in the world that would feel more natural to you. You might have dismissed astrology as too vague or mystical, something that offers generic advice that could apply to anyone. But as long as you give it a chance, it can be a practical tool for understanding your specific wiring and why certain environments feel supportive while others feel like you're swimming upstream. Ultimately, astrology isn't about predicting what will happen to you or limiting your choices. Instead, it offers insights into your natural patterns and the ways to move through the world that feel most authentic and energizing. Before you start, keep this in mind. Your birth chart is not a rigid blueprint. It's more about understanding and accepting your natural wiring. Do you have your birth chart? It's easy. You just need the exact time and place of your birth, and then let a professional astrologist or modern technology create your chart for you. If you look at your birth chart right now, you'll see it has 4 basic building blocks that work together. First, find the planets scattered around your chart wheel. These are the who, the characters in your story. Mars acts like a warrior, Venus plays the lover, and Saturn shows up as the strict teacher. Each planet brings specific energy to your life. Next, notice the zodiac signs around the outer edge. These are the how. They show the style each planet uses. If your Mars is in diplomatic Libra, your inner warrior becomes a negotiator. If it's in direct Aries, that warrior charges ahead without hesitation. Look for your planets and see what signs they're wearing like costumes. Now find the numbers 1 through 12. These mark the houses, the where of your chart. Think of them as rooms in your life's house. The first house is your identity room, the 7th is your partnership space, and the 10th is your career corner. Notice which planets live in which houses to see where their energy wants to express. The lines connecting planets represent the relationships between your planetary actors. These are also known as aspects. Some lines show harmony, called sextiles and trines, while others create productive tension, showing as squares and oppositions. Don't worry about memorizing every aspect type yet. Just notice that some planets chat easily, while others might have heated debates. You can also check how strong each planet feels in its sign. A planet in its home sign like Mars in Aries has full access to its power. In its exaltation sign, it gets special recognition. In challenging signs, It works harder but often develops unique strengths. Frida Kahlo's moon in Taurus was exalted, giving her extra power to create lasting, beautiful work. You can see this in how she adorned herself and made art that still captivates us today. Your chart's building blocks reveal both your natural talents and growth opportunities working together. Now, let's find your life's purpose. Grab your chart and locate the bright sun symbol. It's your first key to self-understanding. Your sun shows your life force and what you're here to do. Start by checking what sign it's in. Sun in Leo? You're meant to shine and create boldly. Sun in Virgo? You find purpose through practical service and attention to detail. Sun in Aquarius? You express yourself by bringing innovative ideas to the world. Now look at which house your sun occupies. It will tell you where you need to shine. Sun in the third house means you express yourself through communication and learning. Sun in the 10th house needs public recognition and career achievement to feel fulfilled. Sun in the 6th house finds purpose through daily work and helping others. Also, check if other planets affect your sun with aspect types. Remember, these are the relationships between two entities and show what supports or challenges your ability to shine. Jupiter aspects bring optimism and expansion. Saturn aspects might feel restrictive at first, but they're actually building your discipline and staying power. And Mars aspects give you extra drive and courage. What are your aspects? Frida Kahlo's sun in Cancer sat in her 12th house, the space of solitude and hidden experiences. At first glance, this might seem challenging, but look how she used it. Her famous quote, "I paint myself because I am often alone, and I am the subject I know best," shows pure 12th house sun energy. She turned her isolation and inner world into powerful art that speaks to millions. Pay attention to when you feel most alive and energized. These moments usually connect to your sun's sign and house. If certain activities consistently drain you while others light you up, your sun placement can explain why. You're not broken if traditional success paths don't excite you. You might just be wired for something different. Ultimately, your sun reveals what naturally energizes you versus what depletes you, pointing toward your authentic purpose. What's the next step? To find the crescent moon symbol in your chart, and this is your second key. While your sun shows your overall purpose, your moon reveals how to nourish yourself daily so you can actually live that purpose. Look at your moon's sign first. Moon in Taurus craves stability, good food, and beautiful surroundings. Moon in Scorpio needs emotional depth and transformation. Moon in Gemini thrives on variety, conversation, and mental stimulation. Then, check your moon's house placement to see where you find comfort and security. Moon in the 4th house feels safest at home with family. Moon in the 7th house needs partnership and close relationships to feel secure. Moon in the 10th house, like Frida Kahlo's, finds emotional satisfaction through career and public work. Kahlo's moon was in Taurus and exalted, giving her extra strength for creating beautiful, lasting things. You could see this in how she dressed, always adorned with jewelry and colorful clothing that expressed Taurus's love of sensual beauty. Her body, ruled by the moon, became her primary artistic subject. Even her home, now a museum, shows Taurus moon's need for things that endure. Don't forget to look at aspects to your moon, which show what helps or hinders your emotional well-being. Challenging aspects often reflect inherited family patterns or past hurts that need healing. But here's the thing. These same challenging aspects frequently become your greatest source of wisdom and your ability to help others through similar struggles. Kahlo's exalted moon formed a helpful sextile with exalted Jupiter, which helped her transform her 12th house experiences of pain and isolation into 10th house career success and recognition. Her struggles became her strength. Notice what genuinely comforts and restores you. Not what you think should work, but what actually does. Your moon sign and house will usually explain these patterns. Understanding your moon's needs shows what genuinely nourishes you so you can maintain energy for your sun's purpose. Now, let's talk about your ascendant, which is sometimes called your rising sign. It's usually marked on the left side of your chart at the 9 o'clock position. This is your third key and represents what motivates you and how others first see you. Your ascendant is the zodiac sign that was rising on the horizon when you were born, making it deeply personal. Fire sign ascendants, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, are motivated by action and new experiences. Earth sign ascendants, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, want to build something practical and lasting. Air sign ascendants, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, are driven by ideas and social connections. Water sign ascendants, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, are motivated by emotional depth and intuitive understanding. Find which planet rules your ascendant sign. This planet becomes the steersperson of your entire life. If you have Leo rising, the Sun steers your life. Virgo rising, Mercury is in charge. This ruling planet's sign and house placement shows the specific direction your life is being steered toward. Frida Kahlo had Leo rising, which motivated her to express her inner experience dramatically for the world to witness. Since the Sun rules Leo, her life was steered by her Sun in Cancer in the 12th house. This directed her toward artistically expressing suffering and isolation, which she did through hundreds of self-portraits. Check if you have any planets in your first house. These planets directly influence your personality and how people perceive you. They're like filters coloring everything about how you show up in the world. Also, notice your ascendant ruler's condition. Is it in a sign where it feels strong and comfortable? Or is it in a challenging position that requires more effort? Neither is better or worse, they just show different paths to fulfillment. When you align with your ascendant's motivation rather than fighting it, opportunities and recognition flow more naturally. Before you dive deeper into studying your chart, make these 3 agreements that will keep your relationship with astrology healthy and empowering. The first agreement sounds like this: I promise to never give my current understanding of my chart too much power. As Chani warns, when we give our chart, or anything or anyone in our life, too much power, we lose contact with our agency. Your interpretation will evolve as you grow. What seems limiting today might reveal itself as a strength later. The second agreement is, I promise to never underestimate the wisdom that is woven into my chart. Be patient with difficult placements. What looks problematic often contains your greatest gifts. Those challenging squares and oppositions create the tension that pushes you to grow and become the source of your most meaningful contributions. And finally, the third agreement is, I promise to always leave room for learning, unlearning, and relearning. Astrology reveals new layers as you gain life experience. Your chart doesn't change, but your capacity to understand and work with it deepens continuously. Stay curious rather than getting stuck in rigid interpretations. Working with your chart requires patience, compassion, and humility, especially toward yourself. When you connect challenging aspects in your chart with difficult experiences in your life, you can cultivate compassion for your struggles. This is where astrology meets real self-acceptance. If you have challenging Saturn aspects, you're called to develop compassionate discipline. If your Sun conjuncts Saturn and you tend toward harsh self-judgment, understanding this pattern helps you work with it more gently. Understanding your moon can help you give meaning to difficult body experiences and develop deeper appreciation rather than criticism. When you understand your ascendant's motivation, big changes happen. For instance, if you're naturally emotionally driven, you can ask, why waste another moment criticizing myself for being sensitive? After all, your sensitivity is part of your authentic design, not a flaw to fix. In the end, astrology's real gift is helping you be compassionate about your struggles and accepting your natural patterns, rather than fighting who you are. Understanding your birth chart won't magically solve all your life questions. However, It can provide clarity about patterns you might have sensed but couldn't name. When you know why certain activities energize you while others don't, you can make more informed choices about how to spend your time and energy. Maybe you'll discover that your sun placement explains why you feel most alive in creative or leadership roles, or why you need more autonomy than your current situation provides. Your moon might reveal why you need certain types of emotional support or environments to function at your best. Your ascendant could illuminate why you're naturally drawn to specific ways of engaging with the world. The goal isn't to completely overhaul your life based on astrological insights. But knowing these, you can start noticing your natural patterns and make small adjustments that honor them. You might find ways to incorporate more of what energizes you into your current situation, or you might gradually shift toward work and relationships that align better with your authentic self. What's particularly powerful about this approach is how it shifts your relationship with yourself. Instead of judging yourself for not fitting certain molds or struggling in areas where others seem to excel effortlessly, you begin to understand that these patterns are part of your unique design. The traits you've criticized yourself for might actually be indications that you're operating outside your natural element, not that you're fundamentally flawed. Remember, your birth chart illuminates your choices. It shows you where your energy flows naturally and where you might need to put in extra effort. Most importantly, it reminds you that the things about yourself that might feel like obstacles or quirks are actually part of your unique contribution to the world. When you work with your natural patterns rather than against them, life doesn't necessarily become easier, but it often becomes more satisfying and authentic. You start making decisions from a place of self-understanding rather than self-doubt, which tends to lead to choices that feel more aligned with who you actually are. And that makes all the difference. Ready to start working with your own chart? Here are some practical steps to begin exploring your astrological blueprint. Start with your foundation. Get an accurate birth time if possible, and locate your sun, moon, and ascendant signs and houses using a reliable online chart calculator. Then, observe your patterns. For 1 week, notice when you feel most energized versus feeling drained. Look for connections between these experiences and your sun's sign and house placement. Next, honor your moon's needs. Identify 3 specific things that genuinely comfort you based on your moon's sign. Incorporate one into your daily routine this week. Remember to align with your ascendant. Consider how your rising sign's motivation shows up in your life. Where do you most want to be recognized? Find one small way to express this motivation more fully. Finally, create a ritual. Set aside time weekly to check in with yourself using your chart as a guide. This might involve noting patterns in your energy levels, asking yourself which activities felt most natural this week, or simply keeping your chart printout somewhere visible as a reminder of your authentic patterns. Remember that astrology works best as a tool for self-compassion rather than judgment. Your chart describes your natural wiring, so use this knowledge to make choices that honor your authentic self while remaining open to growth. Summary complete. Please, take a moment to rate it so we can help you grow in the best way possible.